Welcome into the era of AI. Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how you can use the QR code app to add QR codes. But first of all, why QR codes? The why is very important here. So imagine if you're a business owner like myself, owning two businesses, one digital marketing agency, small agency that is, and a large company, learning company in passive income Gen Z. And let's say you go to a forum and you meet some people and you want to hand your business card. And by the way, this is my business card. Don't scan that QR code because it's going to take you to one of my sales pages. And you want to, let's say you want to hand out your business card to fellow people or fellow entrepreneurs in that meeting. And basically, in the QR code, you put something that they can scan in case they're interested with your services, instead of just telling them, you know what, pick your phone out. I want to show you my sales page. You can just put a QR code, direct it to your sales page, or whatever your highest value page is, and you can lead them there by just simply scanning the code. They just need to scan the code. It takes them there. And so basically, this is a great thing, wouldn't you think? Now, business cards didn't have this feature a long time ago, but now with Canva, with so many tools out there, they now have the possibility of, or you now have the possibility of adding QR codes, which is amazing. So let's actually go and check how this works, shall we? So first thing is first, I'd like you to go to canva.com and here go to click on create a design, and you can just look for business card. Now, in my case, I already have the template here, so I can just select it. But just look for it in the search and you'll find it. Now, once you search for business card, there's plenty of business cards out there, and you can easily create a business card. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you how you can create an awesome business card right now. So let's say that, for example, you liked a specific template, a business card template. By the way, for business cards, there are some people that have business cards with the front and the back. So there's the front and the back. And there are some people that prefer their business cards like myself with just the front, no back, okay? And so let's say that you maybe were scrolling and then you found a specific business card that you like, a mock-up that you liked, and then you clicked. Now, let me just keep scrolling. Let's actually find something pretty interesting here. Let's look for the keyword, use the keyword modern business card. And Canva contains a lot of templates for you. You just need to choose. Now, let's say that you like this one here. You can click it. And once you basically click this business card, it's going to apply. Everything in this business card can be edited. All right. So I could click on this and basically change this gradient to something else. You know, maybe come down here, pick this type of gradient, or create your own type of gradient by, you know, using the tips that I've shared with you earlier. I can just maybe create a very weird looking gradient. Let's add another one, and this time I'm going to make it completely yellow. And for instance, now when you are done, you could click, let me just go back. You could click on this gradient here and you could change it to something else different than this, right? So probably you go with this one or whatever it is that you want to use, whatever gradient appeals to you. I think that this gradient is good. The first one is good, so I'm going to leave it at that. And then here, when it comes to the business card, you will find that they have added a particular background, which I failed to move for some reason. Let me just delete this image. It's an image that's put there. So say, for example, you want to go and add something else. Let's say that you're, like myself, an expert in artificial intelligence. Just say Rowan Hamza. Let's just say you're an entrepreneur and this is your phone. You put your email here, your website. You don't have to put your address here. So things here mustn't be exactly as they are. And of course, you can edit things. So for instance, you can take this, maybe give it a golden color instead of that. Maybe a little bit of a golden color like this. And you can copy that particular hex code and use it for the other ones as well, for the email. And the QR code, let's put it right there. That's why I'm trying to, you know, just leave some space for it. And of course, I can take this name, drag it a bit up here, and then pick this, let me just go back. You can select everything like so, and then dragging it here. And now we have some space for the QR code. So in order for you to add your QR code, you can come over here to apps, and I need you to search for QR code. Now there's a lot of QR code apps out there. So if you search for QR code, I'm pretty sure you'll find a lot of QR codes. And by the way, I'm looking at an app here. They're marketing it. If I go back, it's the 3D text maker. You can go and try to explore this app here since they're marketing it. The tracer also seems to be a pretty interesting app if you're looking forward to creating things like this based off an image. There's a lot of apps. Now, of course, in this course, we're not going to be able to cover every single app, but we're going to cover as many apps as possible. And by the way, apps are really beautiful because I think if Canva really works hard on creating very beautiful apps, I think they can really outrun Photoshop in this game, right? Because Photoshop is great at this stage because it enables a lot of customization. So you can create very detailed custom things. So, but with Canva, you have to be an expert to bring Photoshop-like effects, and still you would not come close because Photoshop is very complex. But with the apps, I would think that it would really change. The game would change. But now let's go back. So if I were to go and click QR, or actually search for QR code instead of just QR, like I said, there's many QR code apps. There's QR code apps that will create multiple QR codes at a time. But I just use this one. I think this is the simplest one. I use it. And basically, about a couple of months ago, I launched a campaign. Of course, I collected about, I think, maybe 450 email addresses in about maybe 2 months. I only spent about $900 to collect those email addresses with Google Ads. And basically, the goal of that was to actually sell one of my masterclasses, which is a masterclass that I do with people that want to join it. It's exclusive, but it's quite expensive. But basically, I created the funnel using ClickFunnels. And so let's say, for example, that this funnel right here is what you want to show on your QR code. When people scan, you want to take them to that funnel. So I'm going to copy this. Now, this has expired because I didn't activate my membership yet on ClickFunnels. But if I paste this link here and click Generate Code, in this case, it's going to generate the code here. And you can see that this is a beautiful QR code. You can take it, you can place it here or here, preferably place it somewhere here, and then make sure you reduce it down. And then if people scan the QR code, they will be able to go to your page. Now, if you want, you can go and apply a golden, let's just say golden, not circle, but golden border. And let's say, for example, I can take a golden border, something like this. Let's go to graphics here. Let's try to find something interesting. So, for example, this one. And I can actually reduce this down and then place it here. And let's say that you want to use this as the kind of the way to tell people there's a QR code in here. You can scan it, and the golden color is pretty awesome. And you can even do things such as adding a golden frame. So there's a lot of things you can do. It's really up to you what you want to do with your QR code and where you want to take it. So let me just add this a bit here. I think I'm going to sacrifice a little bit from the top and just keep it like this, I think. And yeah, so that's pretty good. Maybe move the QR code. Well, let me just go back. I need to position this position this behind the QR code so that I can move the QR code. Let me go back for a second. Let's go back again. Come on. Canva can be quite horrible at some times. All right, so let me just pull it back here. Now I can move this. I could also select my QR code from here and move it. And now I think that this is pretty good. All right, so, and as far as the image is concerned, you can basically remove this particular image if you want to, right, by adding something else onto the frame. But of course, this is just an explanation. And now if you give this card to people and if they scan through that code, you'll basically get, they'll basically go to the page where you want them to go. And if you're a salesperson, then they will probably contact you. If it's a funnel, then they'll probably buy your product. So it's really It's really an amazing feature. Now, and you not only can you add it on these types of business cards, you can also, if you have a book, for example, you can find all people that create books. What they do at the beginning is they tend to place these types of QR codes as well if they have some other books that they already have published, whether on Amazon or on other places. And they just when you scan that code, they take you to a page where you see all their other books, if you are maybe interested with them, or probably take you to their product or service. So it's really an interesting thing. So hopefully you've enjoyed this feature so far, and I'll see you in the next video.